It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're going to go top to bottom, new player experience, where you're how to create a character, what to create, what classes look kind of fun, what good, what will perform at a low level, at a high level. Trying to get 2 solo raids today. It's going to be exciting. Let's start off. All right, guys. So for this, there's a bunch of different class options in Lost Ark. First off, we have the warrior male, warrior female, mage, martial artist for male and female. We have gunners, male and female, assassin and specialist. Now, in Lost Ark, we have a bunch of different class archetypes, let's say, where you have like your big fighter with the big sword up here. You have your real fast, fluid assassins. We have sorks and mages coming in. We also have the gunners, if you like shooting a gun, a bow, something like that. Then you just have the straight like mage, more like assassins. And then specialists, which also can do some type of supporting as well as some type of damage between the artist and the aeromancer class. So for this video, I'm going to be making a new class I have never played before so that I can show my process as an experienced player of picking a class, how to set up that class, how to learn how to play that class, and then from there go in and actually complete content on this class. In this game, there are different types of combat and positional combat in this game. There is front attacking, back attacking, and then there's non-positional attacking. Now, the class I'm picking here is a Aeromancer, which is a non-positional attacking class. Things like most of the assassins are called entropy characters, or you always have to try to attack from the back. Some of the warriors have to attack from the front, as well as some of the martial artists here. So depending on what your playstyle is, like, do you want to like, 'cause the bosses have patterns. They will dance around. They will do like a laser over here to your right, and then they'll shimmy to the left and then shoot another laser. And if you're a front attacker, if that beam's coming out the front, you have to learn to dodge that and hit it between those. Now, you can also learn to be a back attacker, an assassin-like class, and you have to try to always be behind the boss attacking, which is generally a little bit more safe. So we're going back in here. We're going to start with the specialist. I'm going to be trying an Aeromancer out for the first time. Hold on. Wait. I don't want to look like the Joker right now, even though the movie just came out. I just don't want to be Shrek either. I don't want to be a Smurf. I don't want to be a ghost, please, game. Guys, it's fine. I'm a trained professional. Just bear with me here. Eventually it's going to look okay. All right, perfect, guys. I'm looking good. I look great. It's great. Perfection. What more could I want? Here's my character. I just loaded in. We made it. I'm going to be an Aeromancer for this. You can also go into the class tester before you pick. In here you can see I'm an Aeromancer. It's going to auto-assign some skills. You can summon a monster or summon a boss on the right here. So I'm going to summon a monster. It got me a pack. I'm just going to push my buttons. I don't know what they do. Never played this class before. Oh, that's pretty cool. I got like a big beam. We got some windy moves. Great. All right, let's turn off the summons by hitting cancel summon down here. Let's read. You can read about your skills if you want, but we're going to be trying to push through the ignite content just a little bit faster here, because we want to get to the point where I can show you how to actually build your character out correctly. There are recommended builds if you're feeling a little bit lost, and we'll get to all that. But it's going to auto-assign skills to start. So since I already know I like this, if I didn't like this, I could switch to the other one and do this class tester button here. Or I can go back out to the character select, pick something different. You have 6 character slots to try them all right there. And just kind of get like the general feel of the character. All right, I've chosen my specialty. I am an Aeromancer, and there I went. So we're gonna walk up here. Talk to our friend Beatrice. There's also down here, guys. Okay, so depending on if you like lore or don't like lore, there is the option to hit Shift G, and that will skip through any of the quest dialogue here. If you like to just figure things out, just put yourself in there like me, I'm gonna Shift G. Just skip over that text. Also, because I've already seen this before, if you do want to learn a little bit more about the lore of the game, obviously hit G there and go through each one of them. If you want to go up through this, there's no real EXP. I just suggest just hitting skip prologue here. If you want to do it, you can learn the basic controls right here. All right, so this is my character. We're just logged in for the first time. Right here in the top left, we have our login events. You can re-access that by this little pin right here in the top left. There's also a calendar. You can check events or add events. But let's go ahead and just claim this first login event here. All right, first things first. We're just gonna claim that silver from this login event up here. I'm gonna open it. That's gonna increase our silver count down here. These right here are ruins. It looks like they gave us for free. These let us augment our skills. So I'm going to go ahead and right click all these. You can read each one if you like, or you can right click them all and you can go into this interface here and see more and mouse over them to see what's good, what's not good. For the sake of this, looks like they started us out at level 60, which is really big, guys. That's very, very nice for new players to have. So next up, we have this chest. Now this chest right here is where we're selecting our first gear set. Now I'm going to hold off on doing that because I want to show you a different place. Now me as like, let's say a veteran player, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at a guide. I'm going to look at something outside of the game. It's going to be the Lost Ark Nexus, what we were looking at a little bit ago. So you go into here and I'm going to find the class I made, which is the Aeromancer. I'm going to click it. Once I'm in this, it brings up a Google Doc. Sorry for the flashbang, everyone. It should fix itself right here in just a second. All right, so if you go into here, there's the Loa Nexus, which is a good resource if you want to ask questions, get to know people. So Lost Ark in general, let me start talking about this now, is huge on community. It's so big on community, guys. So if you are a new or returning player, it's very important to find yourself a good community and people to play with. So if you scroll down just a little bit, it's going to tell you a little bit about the builds of what class you picked. I went through real briefly there, kind of like all the classes, synergies, and where they're at ranking wise. So I'm going to pick Drizzle because that's what I just want to play. Wind Fury is the swiftness, fast one. It's easy to play, fast, consistent DPS, decent range, and great synergy. Cons, mana hungry. All right. This one right here is going to be Drizzle. Now, Drizzle is easy to play, burst DPS, decent range, crit synergy, and also very slow, so that means movement. If you click the green icon on the bottom left of your map, and you can select which style, and you get matching... Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's for... Is that... You do that already? So I'm going through all this long, lengthy thing, how to do this, and it just does it all for me? Okay, that's way better. All right, guys. Editor, please edit out the last 15 minutes of my life. I want them back. Circulate crit superiority. Wow, crit spec. That's a really nice bracelet, guys. They gave us some nice stuff here. Let's check my quality. Quality's still pretty low. Looks like they brought us up to 100 quality here. Alright, so now we have all of the gems automatically equipped, I'm guessing, and good. We have my skills set up. Great. And so it looks like whenever that red dot's there, we're going to claim rewards. We got a little box here. Yeah, instantly got level 60. Looks like we got a bunch of boxes here. I'm going to open those up. These are great. I'm going to open up a couple darks here just to start. A couple whirlwinds. I'm doing 10 of each of these. Feel free to follow along. This is just something I would recommend. Darks, whirlwinds, destructions are the most common things you're going to find. I'm going to open up some potions here. Because I know what I'm doing, I'm just going to open all of these as purples. You do not need to do that. In this box, most common things used are probably the Flare, the Sacred Charm, and Time Stop. So I'm going to open some Time Stops. I'm going to open some Pheromones. I'm going to open some Sacred Charms. Alright, now in here, stimulants and attributes. Now stimulants refill my identity here, and I'll show you how that works in just a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Stimulants, and we're going to accept a few attributes here. Alright, so in that box, looks like they gave us a bunch of honing mats and books. Now over here on the right, it looks like we want to read someone's note, and it says complete before going on an adventure. And that's this quest right here. So we need to talk to this guy right here. It wants me to ride a mount, so let's follow along with the quest. I'm going to click here and I'm going to click ride. It put me on a mount. I'm going to go ahead and click this icon and we're going to put it down here on my bar. That way I don't have to open up this F2 menu or the alt menu. Next, it's going to have you summon a pet. Alt P. Looks like I already have a pet, but I'm going to resummon it. Let's talk to my homie here. Again, I'm using Shift G because I don't want to read all the dialogue. So we just went through that and I'm now going to complete that quest. Next up, we're going to go to the content list. It's saying try a Chaos Dungeon. Recommended Chaos Dungeon South Fern, Despair level 1. So let's go here. Despair level 1 because I'm at item level 1540. Now this menu here, you go Alt Q to open this. Chaos Dungeon. There's also a different style if you want to rearrange it up here or if you want to select the UI. We do Chaos Dungeon. Now in this, there's different item levels available. Make sure you always pick the one that's the highest tier level. Now after this there's presets. Now presets are something where you can click this gear down here, and up here at the top we're going to use our default preset. You can set up multiple presets for chaos dungeons. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit here, but for now we're just going to use what's default to keep it easy, and I'm going to save these changes. Now this preset I'm going to name as, we're just going to name it default. We're going to click this, I'm going to go to default here. That way anytime I enter this content, it's going to use the appropriate build. And we'll kind of talk more about that in a little bit here. So let's just go ahead and try one out, see how this class feels. Now, because we haven't looked up really anything about my character or how to play it, we're going to be pushing some buttons here just to see how they all feel. All right, looking pretty good so far. I have wide range here. Just pushing my builds. As I take damage, I'm going to be hitting F1, which I showed you how to bind earlier. And I just finished building my meter again, so I'm activating my identity. I got my first Fade Ember. Let's go, guys. So Fade Embers are something they added in that give you random rewards. Now, these random rewards are anything from gold, which is amazing, to silver, to card packs, or card EXP. Some of them are less desirable, obviously. Some of them are incredibly valuable depending on where you're at on your roster. So let's go ahead and hit G on this or click it. You can open it up. I got a purple card select pack. Let's go, boys! All right. Woo! Okay. All right, there's my first Chaos Dungeon. Usually you do 2, but I'm going to pop out real quick by hitting exit and clicking OK. All right, class felt pretty cool. Now you're going to start filling up your inventory with a lot of stuff here. Let's talk about a couple things. First things first is the fuse gems and setting up the auto fuse. So I click this gem button in the bottom of your inventory. That's all these guys right here. I have these event gems here that we're not going to need anymore. I'll show you how to do those in just a second. I'm going to click right here on number 9. We're going to click fuse. It's going to try to auto fuse them up. So basically 3 level 1s make a 2, 3 level 2s make a 3, and so on and so forth, all the way up to level 10. And that's just going to reduce the amount of stuff in your inventory. Now whenever I pick one up, it's going to auto fuse them together. Now since I clicked on that Rising Express up here in the top right, it gave me some legendary gems at level 7. So next thing I want to do is hit Alt P. That brings up your pet menu if you forgot. And we're going to go to remote storage. I'm going to put all this stuff in here. All these purple gems that we just have that are bound. So see how it says bound up there? Those are just like event gems. You can't sell those. You can't really do anything with those. So we're just going to clean up my inventory. I'm also going to move these over because those are event gems and I already have a full page of gems. That's just going to make our inventory a little bit cleaner for us. If you get like anything you're not sure what to do with, you can utilize the Alt P, roster storage. There's 2 pages here and a combat storage here. Now I'm going to set up the auto dismantle here. Feel free to copy these settings on tier 1 to 3. I'm going to click auto dismantle. I'm going to check everything except for ability stone and amulet. I'm going to move this rank up to relic. Let's go to ancient. We're going to go up to tier 3 item quality. I'm going to dismantle anything under 60. Under 40 if you want to really look at everything that drops, but if you just want to clean your inventory and safer, this is probably the best way to do it. Change this to upon drops and clearing content. Make sure you do not check swiftness crit spec. It is dismantle items with any of the following combat stat. So you want to dismantle domination, endurance, expertise. Now the next thing we got to look at is these tripods here. I'm assuming it's going to give us a bunch of tripods, but in case you do need to learn this, if we go back to the guide that we had open, if you notice right here, we have these tripods. So we can compare this with my current skills. Looking at Whirlpool, it says 3, 1, 2. So let's see, this is 3, 1, 2. Now what I want to do is I click settings. I'm going to click this little icon up here in the top right, and I'm going to save that. All right, so we have all these tripods set up. Next thing I'm gonna do is click on settings. I'm gonna go to here. So we can do a couple different things here. I like to set this to 4 and above while I'm starting out. We want to not include fully transferred effects. What this means is if I've already transferred a tripod, I'm not gonna see it again in my inventory. It's just gonna auto dismantle it after I finish setting up all these things. So I also wanna do incomplete and notification. Maybe we can do that, but I just like doing incomplete personally. But let's change it to here, and we're gonna do a little test. So if we go back out here, we're gonna just test this to see what gets dismantled. Again, always test what you set up here before you send it, right? So a minute ago, I set up swiftness, crit, and specialization, so it was actually dismantling the wrong things. I should have gone through and looked at what it dismantled and not done it. Now, if I want to dismantle these tripods, I'm going to click Amulet here. And I'm going to save that. And we're going to try to run it again, see if anything gets clipped. Okay, great. Now what this is, so if anytime you see this icon over an amulet now, you're now going to be able to look through these and see which tripods are there or not there. Or which ones you need and don't need. If it doesn't have that icon, it's just going to get auto-dismantled. There's something else I noticed on this class. I'm a specialization class. Right now my pet is set to crit. What that means is I'm getting crit when I need spec. So obviously I want to swap it over to get more specialization out of my build. Now how do you determine that? You have to go back to these guides here. So we want to go over here and it's going to show me what it looks like, where my pet's going to be. So if you look, if I'm full spec, if you see your one stat weighted higher than the other, you always want to put the pet on that one, just as simple logic. So you either look here, here, or here. Now, so I want to change that. Where do I change that, guys? Now we need to find pet management. It looks like a little dog right here. You can also go up here and type the word pet, click it, and it's going to flash on the map which one it is. Find the nearest little triport. That's this little symbol here. So I'm going to click that, click OK, and I'm just going to teleport over there. So pet management, I'm going to click this pet. I need to change this to specialization. So I click my pet, click this, click specialization, and we're going to change it. There we go. So the next step of the things I have to do is to try Hanumutan, which is on my quest right here. So let's click on Guardian Range. Let's go to shortcut, and then we're going to go into here. It wanted us to try Hanumutan. So where is that? So I clicked right here on raid level 6 at the bottom. Let's do find a party. Now there's some parties. You can see a Makoko symbol. It means a new player's in there and you can go in and help out. Let's join this lobby, I guess. They need me. So this was Party Finder. This is one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is matchmaking. So if they don't take you right away, they're probably picking someone else, and that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my request. We're gonna go to another one. Is anyone in chat wanting to try their first monkey together? New players come here, all right? All right, guys, we have some new players. Hello, Whoopty and Melanie. Are you both new? All right, guys, here we go. Someone threw a flare for us. So if we open up the map, it put a little pair of horns here, and we're gonna go try to find it. So if you needed to throw a flare, all good. You can go here, and you can pick out different things. You can open up flare boxes. That's gonna be this other box over here. This guy right here, I can open some flares. All right, so now that would be flares. We need pheromones. I'm gonna open up some of those. That makes it so if the monster tries to leave the area, like the hunting area, if you're familiar with Monster Hunter, it's gonna try to trap it with you. So let's go ahead and open up a bunch of these. It's a destruction check at the end of some of the mechanics here. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring a destruction grenade. I'm gonna bring a whirlwind too, just in case for the stagger bars, even though we do have a gun lancer. Our main goal is to go up. We're gonna be pushing the boss. He has mechanics where he needs to either be staggered, countered, or destruction. If you see a target around the boss, that's going to be a destruction check. If you see a yellow bar under it, it's a stagger check. Now let's start with going to find the boss and just getting in there. If anyone gets hit, all right, here we go. There's a counter in a second. In the front, good job, Mr. Knocker. Destruction bombs on this, or destruction skills. Knocker and I threw them for you guys. All right, we're going to be doing, since we already hit the destruction check, we're going to have a stagger check pretty soon. Yeah, the stagger check here, and then we're just going to be a damage window, and this is going to be the pheromone part right here. I have no idea if it does. All right, so right now we can't hit it, it goes invincible, so I'm going to throw a pheromone at it. What that does is it makes the boss come back to the same spot, otherwise it'll leave the map in the general area we were in. Alright, the next one right here is a little bit trickier. Now we gotta stagger it while dealing with all this other shit. So watch these beams as they rotate, and we're gonna hit skills in the middle. And you want a whirlwind. After this is the counter in the front. Knocker got it, nice job, Knocker. Destruction check. Which is, you can mouse over your skills if you're not sure if it's a destruction skill or not. I'm gonna use the potion. Artist, if you have max meter, yeah, you can put a ball down just like that. I'll throw another whirlwind, or pheromone for us. That makes the boss come back, huh? Alright guys, nice job. Our first monkey has been defeated. Alright, that's another quest down. I'm gonna click leave here. Complete Una task is my next one. Alright, what do we got here? Arcasia Tour. This is the Una Reputation daily quest where you can receive Arcasia Tour benefits. So we should probably try those, right, guys? Let's take the top 3 right here. So when you're picking Unas moving forward, this one's obviously going to be different on the Ignite server, but on this one, on the server, when you transfer off one day, let's say, you have to really target farm these either based on reputation, rewards, such as honor shards, silver, or leapstones, depending on what you need on your account, where you need. In T3, most people did leapstone dailies. So I can actually check item here, type in the word leapstone, and I can find different ones that I need. So we're gonna go in here now, accepted some things. I'm gonna click this little side icon right here. It's gonna tell me where to go. So I need to go to Tortoik. So I can click board ocean liner after hitting map, click Tortoik. I'm gonna click board and I go right there. All right, so now I'm here in this my first Una I'm ever gonna try, called Taste Test. I'm gonna open my map. Looks like I have to get up here. Fastest one's probably gonna be this one here. All right, so now we're going around. Almost done, one more to go. All right, I finished my first quest and I have to go turn it in up here for my Unas. And let's say I wanted to do this Una more than once, guys. What I would do is I'd hit Alt W. These are your Bifrosts. You can register a location. Now, I can move here once every 2 hours anytime I want. So if you want to set up good habits for your Unas, that's how you do it. You do a Bifrost right where the quest is at, quickly do it, turn it in. It's a pretty game world, man. Like look, I love that I can look over the edge right here to see the ocean and stuff. It's so nice. All right, we completed another one of our sub goals here. It wants me to try honing now. Let's go do that. This is going to be our first thing. This is like the Gamba system. It started you off with some materials, all luck based. I'm going to hit upgrade, upgrade. And right now you just got to pray a little bit, you know. Always click when you're doing this. Use the books you have. You can also check this to use them again. And we're going to go ahead and click check results. We're going to see if we get lucky here. We failed. So we're going to click OK. Gear honing, make sure the book is still checked. We're gonna go again. And we don't win again. Now each time I do this now, it's gonna be increasing my artisan energy. Now artisan energy is what you build up to what's called a pity. So when that reaches 100%, the next upgrade is guaranteed. Every time I click that gear honing and go through that process, it's taking 10 million silver, 480 honor shards, Areha, leaps, and destruction stones. So we're going to go ahead and try again until we get a win here. Now weapons, obviously the biggest damage increase when you're generally honing. For the sake of this like Ignite server, just make sure you hone evenly. Don't try to go all in on your weapon. Armor also gives damage increase to just raw stats. All right, we're at 78%. All right, great. We are now at 94%, guys. We are almost a pity machine. ABM VM. What's up, man? I really appreciate the follow. All right, we hit it, guys. We didn't pity. Well done. We're now we got the item or the level 16. If you mouse over it, we're now item level 1550 on my umbrella. Let's try the next piece because our quest is to get all of these to 16. All right, it wants me to try the Abyssal Dungeon Kayangel normal next. So let's give it a whirl. So on this screen, depending on what class you entered on, I would recommend probably gain a speed boost, power overwhelming. That's the one you want. I think this is the one I usually use. I have not tried Kayangel in solo mode, guys, so this is going to be adventure for all of us, okay? All right, gather at the assembly location. Okay, we're going in, guys. My first raid. I'm going in. All right, so now consumables. These guys down here. I showed you how to open up some. You can also click this little star right here as you open up your consumables. In most cases, you just want to bring like a dark bomb, atropines if you want to like do a lot of damage. But in this example, we're just going to bring a time stop. Let's go in and try out our first raid together. All right, we're in. Here's the boss. He usually does like a lunge right off the rip here. So we're going to jump right out of the way of that. It's going to get stuck. All right, we almost killed the first gate. Oh, we don't want to hit that, but doesn't matter. Boss died. All right, guys. So that's the first gate of Kayangel. I have not tried this at all in solo mode, so I'm just trying to figure it out as we go. All right, so right here you have this box. Now this gives us more jewelry, more materials, more stuff. I don't know if we need this or if we're gonna need more gold right now. So I'm gonna click cancel. And at any time, you can buy those boxes. Now, these boxes, once again, it's extra rewards. And this is what I got for the raid. And this is like extra stuff I can get. Sometimes there's materials for crafting armor, gear, sets, or sometimes you get like just jewelry, more crafting / honing materials. I'm going to leave those alone. I'll show you how to buy those after if you want to. All right, so we're at the next gate of Kayangel. This is gate 2 of 3 of this raid. We cleared gate 1. Now we're moving to gate 2. We got to clear a little trash here. So you don't, if you're real close, you can eat multiple lines. I'm doing my best. Wait, I have 2 space bars as an arrow match? That's cool. Gate 2 is done, boys. We're not going to buy the box afterwards because we're going to try to save our gold and see what materials we get for free. So we're leaving these alone. Alright, so I'm going to heal up here. This is that weird one. Hey, Emo Cocos, what's up, dude? Welcome in. Alright, so we're going to keep wiggling around here until this lands. Alright, I'm going to try to spacebar here. Once the explosions start, there we go. Alright, we got a little... How's my buff looking? My buff's at 3 seconds, guys. I need another buff, so I saw the mini-map right here has one. We went and grabbed it. Now we're back loaded again, huh? Alright, we got 4 bars and then the boss dies. Alright, guys, there we go. That is Kayangel solo mode. We did it live there. Hopefully the commentary helped some people out. Alright, so now we have Tri-Legion Raid Brelshaza. Ooh. So we're going to use that book. Why not? Who cares? We have an infinite of them. There we go. Now I reached the next item level. So this little thing right here lit up. Because I made 1560. So let's click that. We get another box of rewards. Let's check it out. What did we get? Alright. Ooh, we got a roster level up too. We got some titles. Okay. There it is. That was a topes. We made it, guys. We actually made it. Hey. All right. We are now 1580, guys. Do I also have quality taps? I do, guys. Now, this is where the game is super fun and rewarding. Obviously, because I'm such a loyal, nice customer person, a sponsor of Amazon, I'm gonna get real lucky right here. So if you need to find this person on the map, you can hit M, you can type quality. Now I may have had quality stones already and I didn't use them, so I did all that last content without touching my quality. Quality is very important, increases your health, your toughness, and damage by a good amount if you do your weapon. If you mouse over your weapon, if you look right there, it says additional damage under bonus effect. Now bonus effect damage right there can go up to 30% at 100, and it's real weighted towards that last like 5%, unfortunately. Whereas this, the vigor goes up, which is like your toughness, your health, your defense. All right, so if you looked, I got these from my last chest. I don't know if I had any more before this. I think I did. I just didn't do it. You get those bonuses on every character you make on Ignite. I'm not sure, Big Sack, how it works. I'm thinking this does. You do get multiple on this, but I have not tested it yet. All right, but let's try this out. So ideally, you want to try to get everything at least green first. So let's start there. All right, that went to green. So let's start at the lowest piece and work our way up. Oh, man, that's big. Let's go, guys. We got 96. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Show me blue. So the general strategy here is just keep going through the pieces until you run out of stones, working on the lowest one. All right, now for the important one, guys, the weapon. Now, weapon is where our damage is, right? We can get an additional 15%, or in this case, 12% damage here. Here we go. All right, we just need to hit it, guys. Come on. Please go more damage. Please. No, it's getting dark. It's getting real dark. No. No. Yes. Yes. All right, we got a blue quality weapon. That's better than nothing. I like a little bit of blueberry, eggplant, or like the perfect orange would have been nice. But I mean, if you look right here, just the damage we gained from doing that, that's like 6% damage gain or whatever. So it's like pretty cool. We still have 5 stones left. Let's see if we get lucky. All right, we did not get lucky. Don't spend your chaos stones and don't use gold. All right, now we have our next tier level here. So we're going to open up this new box. I'm using hallucination right now. If you did use this Rising Express, We go over here. You see that I was using hallucination, so we're going to want to open up hallucination again. All right, so we're going to equip all these, and now we have to transfer the item level in. So we are 1585. Now we're going to transfer in the quality here, or taps. What's up, Ethelyn? Welcome in, dude. See how it says improved quality? So right now we're transferring these in. All right, there we go. Now we're somewhat set up. These old ones, we're just going to dismantle those. Make sure it's the 0 quality 1390. If you look in the top right there, I'm going to mouse over each one. Equipped is on the left, unequipped's on the right. Also check your item level. Make sure you have all the stuff equipped. There we go. All right, so we're just going to get rid of these real quick. Cool. Let's go back into Brel, guys. Solo mode engage. All right, that was easy, guys. First gate's dead. All right, I'm also very, very high item level. I'm 1591 because we did a lot of honing between trying the Kayangel normal and then this gate. So you can see how my power scaled. And that's one of the fun parts about this game, guys. It's like the feeling of character development, character building, min-maxing, and getting more damage out of it. Probably gonna have a follow-up here that's not great for me. Okay, great. Now we're about to kill her right here, and there we go. Yay! Brel has been defeated, guys. Alright, so that is the Brelshaza raid. That gate 4 is optional, but it's a really good source of gold if you can clear it. Alright, guys, there's something... Alright, the last part of this little segment here on the Ignite server, I kind of want to go over stones, but they're not as important anymore, unfortunately. Because now you just get this free stone right here, if you look on the left. My austere stone of soaring just gives you raw HP. You do have to cut stones eventually. Now stones are going to be a listing of different engravings you already have equipped, and different ones have different levels of power. But right now I look at Adrenaline, Hitmaster, Keen, Grudge, and Drizzle. Now there's different ways to mark engravings so you can try to see what is what and what you need. So you can go into here and click this little button, kind of like when I showed you how to track tripods earlier. Let's leave it like that, and I'm going to track my class, obviously. And now if you look at, I now have this little icon above any of them that have 2 of them. Now you need 2 DPS engravings. Heavy armor is not one of those, so we're just going to dismantle things that we don't need. But I think that's it for today on the Ignite server. Just to recap, we talked about the Lost Ark Nexus, which is an outside source where you can check like min-max community builds. We talked about all the classes that are in this game, what they do, what to pick, how to pick. We went through 2 solo raids. That was Kayangel and Brel. I showed you how to do mass presets. Talked about engravings. We talked about your first Guardian raid, which is Hanumutan. We did Chaos Dungeons. We talked about Unitas, what they are, how to do them. We also talked about how to min-max those and sort them by what items you may want, which will help you a little bit later on, as well as setting up Bifrost to access those quickly. We did a little bit of honing. We showed you a little bit of item quality. And our first day of Aeromancer, we made it all the way to 1593.33, guys. Well done. If you followed along throughout this segment and you're in chat, I hope people did, and I hope it wasn't too fast-paced.